somebody to kill the shark. I mean, we're going to have to tell the Coast Guard.
Mr. Vaughn, you have to contact the shark.
Almost 5 decades have gone by since Steven Spielberg's Jaws changed the landscape of summer blockbusters. This 1975 American thriller, adapted from Peter Benchley's 1974 novel, features Roy Scheider as Police Chief Martin Brody. Brody is determined to protect his community from a terrifying threat lurking in the waters. He enlists the help of marine biologist Matt Hooper, portrayed by Richard Dreyfuss, and seasoned shark hunter Quint, played by Robert Shaw. Together, they embark on a perilous mission to track down a great white shark that has turned the idyllic summer resort town into a scene of horror. While the film is packed with suspenseful moments, one scene stands out for its nerve-wracking tension. The skinny dipping scene, where carefree beachgoers enjoy the water, quickly escalates into chaos. However, this moment, filled with dread and anticipation, is not the most heart-pounding sequence in the film. The true terror lies in the relentless pursuit of the shark, the mounting fear among the townspeople, and the ultimate confrontation that tests the limits of courage and survival.
Jesus Christ, Spin, Shark 350!
Supporting characters play a crucial role in the film Jaws, adding depth and complexity to the story. Murray Hamilton portrays the mayor of Amity Island, a character who embodies the tension between economic interests and public safety. His insistence on keeping the beaches open despite the shark attacks highlights the struggle between community welfare and tourism revenue. Lorraine Gary plays Ellen Brody, the wife of Chief Brody. Her character provides emotional support and a personal stake in the events unfolding, as she worries for her family's safety while her husband is determined to confront the threat. The screenplay of Jaws is credited primarily to Peter Benchley, who wrote the initial drafts. His vision laid the groundwork for the film's narrative, focusing on the terror of the shark and the impact it has on the small community. However, the screenplay evolved further when actor-writer Carl Gottlieb was brought in to write additional parts. Gottlieb's contributions helped refine the dialogue and enhance character interactions, making the story more engaging. The collaboration between Benchley and Gottlieb resulted in a screenplay that effectively balanced suspense and character development, contributing to the film's lasting impact on cinema.
Don't worry, Martin. Nothing's gonna happen.
During principal photography, the production was shot entirely on location at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, from May to October of 1974. This location was chosen for its picturesque beaches and the authentic seaside atmosphere that the filmmakers wanted to capture. However, filming on the ocean presented unique challenges that the crew had not anticipated. The ocean's unpredictable nature led to numerous delays and complications. The filmmakers faced issues with the mechanical shark, known as Bruce, which frequently malfunctioned. These problems not only slowed down the shooting schedule, but also caused the budget to balloon beyond initial estimates. The crew had to adapt to the changing weather conditions, which often disrupted filming plans. The combination of technical difficulties and the complexities of shooting on water made the production of Jaws a grueling experience. Despite these challenges, the determination of the cast and crew ultimately contributed to the film's groundbreaking success.
Going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you on the ass. Now wait a second. There are two.
The art department faced ongoing challenges with the mechanical shark during the production of Jaws. This shark, which was crucial to the film's suspense and horror, malfunctioned daily, causing significant delays and frustrations for the crew. The issues with the shark's mechanics were so severe that they impacted the filming schedule and the overall production process. The filmmakers had to adapt their shooting techniques, often relying on suspenseful camera angles and clever editing to create tension without showing the shark in its entirety. Initially, Steven Spielberg was not the director chosen for this iconic film. The first director, Dick Richards, was fired after a meeting with the producers and studio executives. This change in leadership ultimately led to Spielberg taking the helm, which would change the course of the film and his career. Spielberg's vision and ability to create suspense helped Jaws become a landmark in cinematic history, despite the technical difficulties faced during production. The combination of mechanical issues and a change in direction contributed to the film's unique development, making it a fascinating case study in filmmaking.
I actually saw my boat being taken apart, and ever since then, yes, I have been studying sharks, and that's why I know that,
In a pivotal meeting regarding the film Jaws, director Dick Richards proposed a striking opening shot that would showcase the town before a whale emerged from the water instead of the iconic shark. This unconventional idea did not sit well with the producers, leading them to decide against working with him. The vision for the film was to create a sense of dread and suspense, and Richards' approach was seen as misaligned with the film's core concept. This decision ultimately paved the way for Steven Spielberg to take the helm, leading to the film's legendary status. On set, tensions ran high between actors Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss. Reports suggest that the two could not stand each other, resulting in constant arguments that created a charged atmosphere during filming. However, Dreyfuss later disputed these claims, suggesting that the conflicts were exaggerated. Despite the friction, their performances contributed to the film's dynamic and memorable interactions. The behind-the-scenes drama added an intriguing layer to the production of Jaws, showcasing how creative differences and personal conflicts can shape a film's legacy.
Pays for all this stuff. Government, the institute, this stuff costs a lot of money.
Shaw's frequent alcohol use created notable tension on the set of Jaws. While he was described as a perfect gentleman when sober, his behavior changed dramatically after drinking. This shift made him appear competitive and difficult to work with, which affected the dynamics among the cast and crew. According to Carl Gottlieb's book, The Jaws Log, there was a moment when Shaw expressed a desire to quit drinking. This admission highlighted his awareness of the impact his drinking had on his relationships and work. In a dramatic incident, Richard Dreyfuss, perhaps frustrated with Shaw's behavior, threw Shaw's glass into the water. This act symbolized the growing tension and the challenges the cast faced while trying to create a cohesive working environment. The struggles with alcohol not only influenced Shaw's performance, but also left a lasting impression on the production of one of cinema's most iconic films. The complexities of Shaw's character, both on and off the screen, contributed to the legendary status of Jaws.
This guy, he keeps swimming around in a place with a feeding.
The film opened on June 20, 1975, but was originally set for a Christmas release in 1974. However, filming delays pushed the release to the summer of the following year. At that time, summer was typically when studios released their less impressive films, often seen as a dumping ground for movies that might not perform well. Despite this trend, Jaws defied expectations and became a massive success. Its thrilling story, combined with groundbreaking special effects and a memorable score, captivated audiences. The film's marketing strategy also played a crucial role in its success, as it created a buzz that drew people to theaters. As a result, Jaws not only became a cultural phenomenon, but also set a new standard for summer blockbusters. It achieved the remarkable feat of becoming the highest-grossing film of all time up to that point, changing the landscape of Hollywood and how films were released during the summer months.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It became a significant moment in film history when Jaws was released in 1975, as it marked the first time a movie grossed over $100 million in theatrical rentals. This achievement set a new standard for box office success and changed the way films were marketed and distributed. The film's thrilling narrative, combined with its innovative use of suspense and sound, captivated audiences and created a cultural phenomenon that summer. However, after nearly 5 decades, some elements of Jaws have not aged well. The special effects, particularly the mechanical shark, may appear less convincing to modern viewers accustomed to advanced CGI. Additionally, certain aspects of the film's portrayal of characters and themes may feel outdated in today's context. Despite these aging elements, Jaws continues to deliver an entertaining thrill, making it an ideal choice for summer viewing. Its ability to evoke fear and excitement remains intact, ensuring that it still resonates with audiences, both new and old. The film's legacy endures, reminding viewers of the power of cinema to entertain and engage.
And what did you say the name of this shark is?
It's a carcharodon carcharodon.
The characterizations in Jaws stand out as a key element that drives the film's narrative. The interactions and dynamics between the 3 main characters, Chief Brody, Matt Hooper, and Quint, create a compelling tension that keeps the audience engaged. Each character brings a unique perspective and personality to the group, highlighting their different approaches to the shark threat. Chief Brody, portrayed as a family man, is deeply concerned about the safety of his community and struggles with the weight of his responsibilities. Matt Hooper, the oceanographer, represents a scientific approach, bringing knowledge and expertise to the situation. Quint, the seasoned shark hunter, embodies a rugged, almost obsessive determination to kill the shark, driven by personal demons and a storied past. In contrast, the film's female characters are notably underdeveloped. The most significant female presence is Ellen Brody, who serves primarily as a source of emotional support for her husband. She grounds Chief Brody, reminding him of his family obligations and the stakes involved in his fight against the shark. While her role is important in providing a human element to Brody's character, it lacks depth compared to the male characters. The film's focus on the trio's camaraderie and conflict overshadows the potential for richer female characterizations, leaving Ellen's role somewhat limited. This imbalance highlights a common trend in many films of the era, where male characters often dominate the narrative, while female characters are relegated to supportive roles. The strength of Jaws lies in its character dynamics, but the lack of interesting female characters is a notable aspect that reflects the film's time and genre.
Before sharks knew what they were missing, and a lot of these attacks weren't reported.
Due to technical problems with the mechanical shark, Spielberg and his team had to rework the script for Jaws. This challenge turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Instead of showing the shark frequently, the filmmakers decided to hint at its presence, creating a sense of suspense and fear. The audience never fully sees the shark until later in the film, which builds tension and allows their imagination to fill in the gaps. This approach made the shark seem more menacing, as the fear of the unknown often heightens anxiety. The clever use of music, sound effects, and the reactions of the characters contributed to the overall atmosphere of dread. By focusing on the impact of the shark, rather than its physical appearance, the film became a masterclass in suspense. The reworked script allowed for deeper character development and more engaging storytelling, making Jaws a landmark in cinematic history. The film's success demonstrated that sometimes limitations can lead to greater creativity and innovation in filmmaking.
Let's tow it in.
When the shark finally appears in Jaws, it does not evoke the level of fear that one might expect from a creature of its reputation. The film cleverly uses suspense and the unseen to create terror, making many of the death scenes more horrifying because the shark is not visible. This absence of the shark during critical moments amplifies the tension, leaving audiences to imagine the horror lurking beneath the surface. The fear of the unknown becomes a powerful tool, as viewers are left to ponder the fate of the characters without the shark's physical presence. In contrast, the townsfolk of Amity Island are portrayed in a way that can be seen as almost cartoonish. They often come across as simple-minded, reacting to the shark attacks with a mix of denial and ignorance. Their decisions, driven by a desire to protect the summer tourism economy, often seem foolish. The islanders prioritize business over safety, showcasing a lack of awareness about the real danger they face. This depiction of the townspeople adds a layer of dark humor to the film, as their misguided actions lead to dire consequences. The combination of the shark's sporadic appearances and the townsfolk's naive responses creates a unique dynamic that drives the narrative forward, highlighting both the terror of the unseen and the folly of those who underestimate it. The film features several nerve-shredding scenes that leave a lasting impact on viewers. One of the most memorable moments is the opening scene with Chrissy's death. This scene sets the tone for the entire movie, showcasing the terror of the shark attack in a visceral and shocking way. The audience is drawn into the fear and chaos, making it a pivotal moment that establishes the threat lurking beneath the water. Another standout moment is Quint's USS Indianapolis speech, which is based on a true story. This speech is not only a turning point in the film, but also highlights the horrors of war and survival. Robert Shaw's delivery of the speech is haunting and powerful, capturing the attention of everyone in the room. Spielberg's direction enhances the emotional weight of the scene, making it unforgettable. The combination of these terrifying scenes creates a gripping atmosphere that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, showcasing the film's ability to blend horror with deep human emotion.
That ice cream. Coffee.
The 1975 film Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg, has sparked a wide range of opinions, showcasing its ability to evoke strong reactions from viewers. On one hand, some critics dismiss it as a lackluster horror film, arguing that it fails to deliver genuine scares. One reviewer expressed confusion over its frequent inclusion in horror lists, labeling it a terrible movie centered around a shark that lacks any real terror. This perspective suggests that the film may not resonate with everyone, particularly those who do not find the premise compelling or frightening. Conversely, many fans of Jaws regard it as a cinematic masterpiece, praising its innovative use of practical effects and suspenseful storytelling. The shark, despite the absence of CGI, is often described as incredibly realistic, contributing to the film's lasting impact. The iconic score by John Williams is frequently highlighted for its ability to build tension, making it a memorable addition to any music playlist. While some viewers noted that certain moments, such as the jump scare involving a human head, felt underwhelming, the overall consensus among admirers is that the film excels in creating an atmosphere of dread and anticipation. Another point of contention arises from the characters' decisions throughout the film. One reviewer questioned the logic behind the characters' actions, particularly their failure to use firearms to confront the shark. This critique reflects a desire for more rational problem-solving within the narrative, suggesting that some viewers may find themselves frustrated by the characters' choices. However, this perspective also highlights a common theme in horror films: the suspension of disbelief. Many fans encourage viewers to embrace the film's narrative and enjoy the experience without overanalyzing the characters' decisions. Despite the polarized opinions, Jaws undeniably holds a significant place in film history. It has influenced countless other movies and has contributed to a cultural shift in the public's perception of sharks. While some argue that the film has unfairly vilified these creatures, others appreciate its role in shaping the thriller genre and its ability to captivate audiences. In summary, Jaws is a film that elicits a spectrum of responses, from those who find it lacking in horror to those who celebrate its craftsmanship and suspense. Its legacy continues to provoke discussion, making it a fascinating subject for both critique and admiration. Whether one views it as a classic or a disappointment, Jaws remains a pivotal work that has left an indelible mark on cinema.
No.
As the credits roll on this iconic tale of terror, the story of Jaws doesn't end with the defeat of the great white shark. The film not only changed the landscape of cinema, but also left an indelible mark on the lives of its cast. What became of the actors who brought this thrilling narrative to life? Join us as we dive deeper into the lives of Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and Lorraine Gary. Discover the paths they took after the cameras stopped rolling, the challenges they faced, and the triumphs they achieved. From unexpected career shifts to personal struggles, their journeys are as captivating as the film itself. Did the fame of Jaws propel them to new heights, or did it cast a long shadow over their careers? Stay with us as we explore the fascinating aftermath of this cinematic masterpiece, revealing stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Richard Dreyfuss portrayed Matt Hooper in the 1975 film Jaws, a character that combined intelligence and bravado. Hooper, a marine biologist, brought a scientific perspective to the shark crisis, contrasting with the more traditional views of the local authorities. Dreyfuss's performance was marked by a blend of charm and urgency, making Hooper a memorable figure in the fight against the monstrous great white shark. After Jaws, Dreyfuss's career flourished with roles in films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and The Goodbye Girl, earning him an Academy Award. However, his life was not without turmoil. He faced personal challenges, including struggles with substance abuse, which led to several stints in rehab. Dreyfuss also dealt with public scrutiny due to allegations of inappropriate behavior, which he has since addressed, claiming to have learned from his past mistakes. In recent years, Dreyfuss has remained active in film and television, participating in various projects while advocating for the arts and education. His journey reflects a complex interplay of success and hardship, revealing a man shaped by both triumphs and trials. Last known information indicates he continues to work in the industry, focusing on projects that resonate with his personal values.
Cars. What about ice cream? Coffee. Coffee.
In the 1975 film Jaws, Steven Spielberg portrayed a minor yet pivotal role as an Amity Point life station worker. His character, though not central to the plot, contributed to the film's atmosphere of tension and fear surrounding the shark attacks. Spielberg's involvement in this role came at a time when he was still establishing his career in Hollywood having directed only a few films prior. After Jaws, Spielberg's career skyrocketed, leading to iconic films like E.T. and Jurassic Park. However, his life was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous childhood marked by his parents' divorce, which left a lasting impact on him. In the late 1980s, Spielberg was involved in a scandal regarding the treatment of his actors, particularly during the filming of The Color Purple, where he faced accusations of being overly demanding. Despite these challenges, Spielberg continued to thrive in the industry, becoming a household name. In recent years, he has focused on producing and directing projects that explore darker themes, reflecting his complex view of humanity. As of now, Spielberg remains active in filmmaking, with his latest projects continuing to push boundaries and provoke thought.
1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes.
Susan Backlany gained fame for her role as Chrissy in the 1975 film Jaws. Her character, a young woman who becomes the shark's first victim, set the tone for the film's chilling atmosphere. Backlany's performance, particularly the iconic beach scene, left a lasting impression on audiences and established her as a memorable figure in horror cinema. However, the success of Jaws did not lead to a sustained acting career. After the film, she appeared in a few television shows and movies, but none achieved the same level of recognition. Backlany's life took a darker turn after her early fame. She faced personal hardships, including struggles with mental health and the pressures of sudden celebrity. In the years following Jaws, she distanced herself from Hollywood, seeking a quieter life. There were rumors of scandals, including a tumultuous relationship that drew media attention, but details remain scarce. As of the latest information, Susan Backlany has largely remained out of the public eye, living a private life away from the spotlight. Her legacy endures through Jaws, a film that continues to haunt and thrill audiences.
Squalus, possibly Anjumanus or Asurus glaucus. Now,
Lorraine Gary portrayed Ellen Brody in the 1975 film Jaws, a role that defined her career. As the wife of Chief Brody, she embodied a mix of maternal strength and vulnerability, facing the terror of a great white shark while trying to protect her family. Her performance resonated with audiences, making her a memorable figure in cinematic history. After Jaws, Gary's career included roles in Jaws 2 and a few television appearances, but she struggled to find significant projects. In her personal life, Gary faced challenges that were not as public as her film career. She married film producer Sidney Sheinberg, which brought her into the world of Hollywood's elite, but it also came with pressures and expectations. The couple faced hardships, including the tragic loss of their son, which deeply affected her. Despite these struggles, Gary remained resilient, stepping back from acting to focus on family and personal healing. As of the latest updates, Lorraine Gary has largely stayed out of the public eye, living a quiet life away from the spotlight. Her legacy remains tied to her iconic role in Jaws, a film that continues to haunt and thrill audiences. Robert Shaw's portrayal of Quint in the 1975 film Jaws remains one of the most iconic performances in cinema history. Shaw brought a gritty realism to the character, a seasoned shark hunter with a dark past. His monologue about the USS Indianapolis, where he recounts the horrors of surviving a shark attack, reveals not only Quint's bravado but also his deep-seated trauma. This complexity made the character memorable, embodying both the thrill and terror of the ocean. After Jaws, Shaw's career continued to flourish, with notable roles in films like The Sting and From Russia with Love. However, his personal life was marked by struggles. Shaw battled alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career. He faced a tumultuous marriage to actress Mary Orr, which ended in divorce. His later years were shadowed by health issues, including a heart condition that ultimately led to his death in 1978 at the age of 51. Despite his challenges, Shaw's legacy endures, with Quint remaining a symbol of the darker side of human nature. Last known information indicates that his work continues to influence filmmakers and actors today. Roy Scheider's portrayal of Chief Martin Brody in the 1975 film Jaws marked a pivotal moment in his career. Brody, a small-town police chief, faced the terror of a great white shark, embodying the struggle between man and nature. Scheider's performance captured Brody's fear, determination, and vulnerability, making him a relatable hero in a time of chaos. This role catapulted Scheider into stardom, but it also cast a long shadow over his career. After Jaws, Scheider starred in notable films like The French Connection and All That Jazz, showcasing his range as an actor. However, his personal life was fraught with challenges. He faced financial difficulties and battled health issues, including a serious illness that led to a liver transplant in 2024. Scheider's marriage to actress Cynthia Bebout ended in divorce, and he later married his second wife, actress and producer, who supported him through his struggles. In his later years, Scheider became reclusive, often avoiding the public eye. He passed away in 2008, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a life marked by both triumph and hardship. His final years were spent in Naples, Florida, where he found solace away from Hollywood's glare.
I'll never put on a life jacket again.
Murray Hamilton played the role of Mayor Larry Vaughn in the 1975 film Jaws, a character marked by his desperate need to protect the town's economy over public safety. Vaughn's insistence on keeping the beaches open, despite the shark attacks, highlights a moral conflict that resonates with audiences. Hamilton's portrayal brought a blend of charm and underlying menace, making Vaughn a memorable figure in cinematic history. After Jaws, Hamilton continued to work in film and television, appearing in notable projects like The Graduate and the series The Twilight Zone. However, his career faced challenges, including typecasting and a struggle to find substantial roles. On a personal level, Hamilton dealt with the pressures of fame and the toll it took on his relationships. He experienced a difficult divorce in the 1980s, which left him emotionally strained. In his later years, Hamilton became reclusive, retreating from the public eye. He passed away in 1986 from cancer, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and personal hardship. His contributions to film remain significant, yet his life story serves as a reminder of the darker sides of fame. As we wrap up our look at the iconic film Jaws, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia. This movie not only changed the careers of its cast, like Roy Scheider, who became a household name, and Robert Shaw, who delivered a memorable performance as Quint, but it also left a lasting impact on the film industry. The challenges faced during production, from mechanical shark malfunctions to the intense filming conditions, only added to its legendary status. Jaws became a cultural phenomenon, shaping how we view summer vacations and beach safety. For many, it was a rite of passage to watch this film in childhood, perhaps with friends or family, sharing the thrill and fear of the great white shark. We want to hear from you. Did you watch Jaws as a kid? What memories do you have connected to it? Share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences help keep the spirit of this classic alive.